He wrote a lot of songs for other people. He wrote a song for a woman, and I'll see if you remember this one. Let's see if I remember it. I want to tell you all the story about a Harper Valley widow wife. He had a teenage daughter who attended Harper Valley Junior High. Oh, when the daughter came home one afternoon and didn't even stop to play. She said, "Now, Mama, I gotta know here from the Harper Valley P.T.A. Oh, well, the note said, Mrs. Johnson, you've been wearing your dresses way too high. And it's reported you've been drinking and are running around with men and going wild. And now we don't believe you ought to be bringing up your little girl this way." Secretary of the Harper Valley P.T.A. Tom T. Hall wrote that song, and it became a TV show and a movie, I think.
Made him about $1 zillion, I think, that song, in royalties.
He did all right, but he was such a generous man. I know how generous he was with you, as he was with me when I toured with him for about 4 weeks around Australia. He was so lovely to me. And
he gave you a guitar.
He gave me a guitar, yeah. My guitar stopped working halfway through the show, and he walked down on stage and handed me his, and he said, "Play this, ma'am," and the crowd went, "Oh," and I went, "Hey." And I went to give it back to him at the end of the show, and he said, "That's for you." And I thought that was really lovely.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and he let me sing Harper Valley with his band every night, which I thought was so lovely. I remember going to see you when you toured with Don Williams.
Oh, Don Williams, loved Don Williams. Do you like Don Williams?
Yeah. You toured with him for quite.
I introduced Don Williams to meat pies.
Did you?
I did, yeah. We stopped by the service station one day and he said, "What's that?" And I said, "Don, this is a meat pie. You've got to have one of these before you leave Australia." And he tried it and he said, talks really low and slow, you know, and he said, "What?"
Unlike you.
No, I'm up there, I'm a soprano compared to Don Williams. And he said, "Wow, it's like a whole meal in your hand." And he stood there amazed at this thing, and then every day we had to get Don a pie for lunch. Every day he had to have a meat pie. He didn't care if they were fresh or bloody old enough to vote, he didn't care, he just had to have a meat pie.
Did you like Mrs. Max? Do you know Mrs. Max pies? Do you ever wonder what Mr. Mac does? I do. That's how I think when we're driving along. Anyway, sorry.
What a strange thing to think.
I just do. What do you think he does?
I don't know. Does he put holes in the donuts or something? I don't know what Mr. Mac does. I'll tell you one thing now, I bet he's sick of eating bloody meat pies.
Watch the TV. I've made you a pie, Mr. Mac. Why don't you do a Don Williams song or a Mr. Mac song?